Hey guys, and welcome to Stuff with Steffi. As you can tell, I'm wearing pajamas today, and there is a reason for that, and I'm very excited for this reason. But first, a little context. So, by the time this video gets posted, I will have been working in retail for an entire year, and I decided to use this opportunity to basically launch sort of a new, like, I want to call it a segment, but it's not a segment. Launch a new thing on my channel that I'm really excited about and have wanted to do for a while. But basically, this is Storytime with Steffi, where I'm going to tell you guys stories from my very strange life. I've had some strange things happen, and I think you guys are going to enjoy some of the stories I'm going to tell. Um, and at some point, I'm going to have more people come on and we'll record stories from my life and theirs. And I hope you guys enjoy whatever stories we end up telling. But so, I have worked at a certain very popular store for a while. And there are some interesting characters that come in. Today, I'm going to tell you about at least one of them. And so the store I work at has a cosmetics section. And I used to stock the cosmetics section just about every day. And I really enjoy that section. But one day I brought my stuff out and I was stocking it. I'd been at work maybe 30 minutes and I got done with one aisle. I had a lot of stuff for the aisle, so I was there probably around 20 to 30 minutes and it I wasn't there long before I heard this lady talking from the next aisle over. And so, I didn't think much of it. I figured she was on the phone since I didn't hear another voice. But it was, whatever. Things happen. I figured she was just talking to someone on the phone. And I finished stocking my aisle and then I go to this next aisle over and I just sort of have to pause for a second because I look down the aisle and there's only one person in it. And she's in pajamas and like her hair is very messy and pretty much it looks like she rushed out of her house to come to the store. Like she just woke up pretty much. And standing there, her phone's not out. Her phone's in her pocket. And she's just yelling at the nail polish. Well, she wasn't quite to a yell yet. She was just griping at the nail polish about her boyfriend because apparently what happened, what I gathered in the first few seconds in that aisle when I started to go in stock, because I decided not my fight. I'm not gonna try to deal with this lady unless I have to. Um, so I go to stock and I'm hearing her talking about how her boyfriend is cheating on her, but she really couldn't care less that he's cheating on her. She's just mad that he accused her of cheating on him. And I was just here thinking, that's not a good relationship. And, but not my relationship. I don't really know that much about it other than what this lady told the nail polish and then eventually proceeded to tell anyone that would listen. And so I had a lot of stuff for this aisle too. So I spent probably a good 30 minutes in it. And after a couple minutes, she's like, "Oh, don't mind me. I didn't take my medicine today, and it's been a bad day." And she tells me about how her friends brought her to the store and just completely ditched her. They let her go, they took her inside, and then they claimed to go do something else, to need to go find something else, and left her somewhere, and then they just completely left. Like, they decided, okay, she's ticked off, let's take her to the store and ditch her for a few hours. I I don't get that. I wouldn't. That doesn't seem like something a good friend would do to me. But I don't. Then again, I don't know their relationship. I don't know why they decided to do this. but I can also kind of understand it with how things got later in the day. This lady, she was at the she was at the store for probably around 6 hours, and it's kind of well, she took off for maybe an hour and then came back, but all in all, 5 or 6 hours at the store. And like she was griping to me about it, and you know, it's a pretty popular aisle, so we have more customers coming down it. And after probably 20 minutes, this lady comes down this aisle, and the lady who was yelling at the nail polish has continued on to start saying that she's gonna go and she's gonna kick her boyfriend's butt. And she was using every explicative in the book. Um, it was bad, including a word you, um, the most sensitive way to put it is her boyfriend is African American, and she used literally the worst word she could. Uh, a lot. And it, for reference, this was a little white lady, completely out of her mind, and she was just screaming it. And what got me was I watched managers walk past, and I knew I wasn't allowed to say anything to her, but these managers definitely could. And she started going on about how she's gonna get herself kicked out of the store from yelling so much, and that she was surprised managers hadn't come up and kicked her out of the store yet. I thought was nuts. I feel like that really should not be something that's very surprising. You should not have to be surprised that you're not getting kicked out of a store. You should definitely, not be doing things that could get you kicked out of a store. So it was whatever. I finished up stocking that aisle, and I had to go back to the back to get more things to come back out and stock more. And about 30 minutes later, I make it back to that aisle, and that lady is still there, and she's on the phone. She is video chatting with her boyfriend, and she is screaming at him, and it was absolutely nuts. And eventually, like an hour later, they got off the phone, and she's all riled up. He just made it worse. And I was standing there, she was griping to me because apparently I'm the kind of person, I look like the kind of person that you can just stand there and gripe to for hours on end. And this lady, uh, another lady comes down the aisle, and she hears her griping about him and saying she's gonna kick his butt. And this lady comes down the aisle, and I don't know how in the world she decided this was a good idea. On this aisle, she just sort of pauses for a second. She looks between us. She looks at the girl. She goes, "You go, girl. You go kick his butt," but with an expletive there. And I was just sort of standing there. I was like, "Okay, what is she encouraging this lady? That the one that encouraged the nail polish lady comes up to me on her way through the aisle. She goes, "Gotta get out of here." She leans up and she basically whispers to me, "I'm gonna get out of this aisle as fast as I can. I do not want to be here," when she flips her lid. And um, I was just sort of like, I'm still stuck here. I still have to stock this aisle. And, she's just making her worse. But eventually I've been on the clock for 4 hours, and it's finally time to go to lunch. And like right before I get to go to lunch, this lady decides she has to go outside and get it. The lady screaming at the nail polish decides this time she's got to go outside and get a smoke because she needs to something to calm her down. So she's gonna get a cigarette and she's gonna go smoke. and that's what's gonna calm her down. So she's like, "Can you stay here? Can you watch my cart for me?" And I had to explain to her that I could not drop everything I was doing and watch this cart. But I told her where she could hide it. Well, not really hide it, where she could stick it at the end of the aisle and nobody would mess with it until really late in the day, like 4 or 5 hours probably from when we were talking. And so like after a good 15-20 minutes of explaining the same exact spot to her, she goes and she sticks it over there and she leaves the store. And oh, I forgot to mention, right before she asked me to watch her cart, she spent a good 20 minutes complaining about how as soon as she entered the store, employees started following her around, and she looked at me and she said, "If I was gonna steal something, I steal it right in front of your face." And I had no idea what to say to that. That was one of the craziest things I've ever been told on the job. And yes, that happened. Um, this lady went out to smoke, and then not even 5 minutes later, I got to go on my lunch. So I went on my lunch. I was ready for her to have just left the store. I come back, and her cart is still stashed there. It's an entire hour later. Her cart is still stuck where it was put before she left, and it was the weirdest thing. And one of my coworkers at the time, I had told him about it later in the day, and turns out what happened is when I went to lunch, she went outside, and there was a guy who would come and stand outside the store around the time of my lunch break, and he would play guitar. And she legitimately took off, went outside, went to Guitar Dude, and started screaming to Guitar Dude about her boyfriend. She spent most of the hour doing that. Um, so what ended up happening was when I got back to lunch, I was like, okay, hopefully she just ditched this and isn't coming back. But whatever, I'll keep an eye out in case somebody tries to take her cart. I'll, if if like 10 o'clock rolls around and that cart's still there, I'm letting somebody take care of it. But up until then, it was, crazy chick might come back. Do not want to make crazy chick mad. And probably an hour and a half after I came back from my lunch break, this lady, like, standing in the aisle and I'm stalking, and I see the cart move. And I was thinking, she might have come back for it. Maybe somebody's trying to take it, so I decided to go take a look. So I did tell her I'd try to make sure nobody took it. And she was there, and she had her hair pulled, like her hair was pulled back, and her clothes were straightened out, and she no longer looked like she just rolled out of bed. And I was like, okay. She may have gone and taken her medicine or something. I don't really know what's going on anymore. And I start talking to her. I was like, ma'am, I never thought you were honestly thought you were just gonna leave your cart here and not come back. She was like, oh no, yeah, what ended up happening is, man, I love that man. My boyfriend came and picked me up and took me back to our place and talked things out with me, and we're good now. We're good. Man, I love him. I'm gonna marry him one day. And I was just thinking, because she continued on to say about how he stood there and he let her beat on him. Like, I'm assuming she means on his chest and stuff while she was angry. Um, and I just crazy. I don't think I was allowed to report anything. I'm not sure if that's against the rules. I don't know if I could get in trouble for that. Um, but I also, now that I think about it, probably should have reported her. But anyways, she's telling me about it and how they talked it out and how he's supposed to not accuse her of cheating anymore, and how she's gonna have it out with her friends another day and stuff. And I just crazy people are crazy. I honestly have no idea what to make of it. But this lady, she's calm now. She's happy now. So goes on with her shopping, and I go back to work and haven't seen her again. It was so weird. Guys, retail sucks. You get weird customers, weird policies. It is nuts. Um, Let me know what you guys thought of these stories if you want me to tell more. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, please don't be these psychos in the stores. We can't handle very many. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what sort of things you want me to tell you about next. Like, do you want a school-related story? Do you want, funny stories? Do you want more intense stories? And we'll see what I can pull from my life. It's been a wild ride. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!